Sorry about that. What is up, guys? I know it's been a minute. I know when bowl season came around that I said I was going to be back for good. And I did a few and then just ended up trailing off. So, the point of this video, guys, is to talk about Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, that trade. Guys, I'm gonna try to be back on YouTube every day now. I wanna be back with it. It's a lot of fun, and I had fun with the community I had around me. Anyway, let's get into this. So, I talked quite a bit about Boogie last off season, and possible trade rumors, where he might be going. Obviously, if you guys are keeping up right now, the trade is done. The New Orleans Pelicans received DeMarcus Cousins in exchange for Langston Galloway, Tyreke Evans. Tyreke Evans going back to the team that originally drafted him, the Sacramento Kings. And then Buddy Hield, I believe, and then a first and second round pick. I know that the talked about trade at first was Buddy Hield and then 2 future first round picks. So a couple crazy things going on here. One, I'm happy for DeMarcus Cousins. Do I like where he's going? Do I think it's the best fit? I don't know, but like let's sit down and think about this front court for a minute. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis in the same front court, man, that's scary to me. I think that could be lethal. I think that's something that the Pelicans can maybe hopefully hang on to for a little while here. I mean, I know DeMarcus Cousins is up for an extension this summer, and the trade can't get officially approved until the NBA offices reopen tomorrow. But this is a crazy deal, man. The Pelicans didn't have to give up a whole lot, I don't think. I mean, in my opinion, DeMarcus Cousins is the best big in the NBA right now. He's fourth in the NBA in scoring right now, over 27 points per game. And he gets to get paired up with Anthony Davis, maybe the best power forward in the NBA, depending on where you would classify a guy like Kevin Durant or LeBron James. So the Pelicans, I know, are just a couple games out of a playoff spot. The interesting storyline here to me, if you're looking forward, and this is the thing kind of stuck out to me, is the Warriors are going to lock up the 1 seed. It's going to happen. Everyone knows that. If the Pelicans can lock up that 8 seed, I don't think that they're going to beat the Warriors by any sense of mind. But the Warriors' biggest weakness in my mind is still the front court. And Zaza's had a pretty good year. Obviously Draymond and Kevin Durant, 2 of the guys that have been playing in the front court a little bit with the Warriors, have been playing extremely well as well. And of course you can't forget JaVale McGee. But I really like this deal. I think the Pelicans absolutely won on this one. Sacramento, in a sense, I don't know. You know what? I'm happy that DeMarcus Cousins is out of there. Maybe Sacramento can finally move in a new direction. Maybe draft a guy that'll stick around there, a little bit less drama than Boogie had in Sacramento. More so, I'm happy for the Pelicans and for DeMarcus Cousins. It's good that a player with that talent, with that ability to get in a situation where he can actually make a run in the playoff, at least get to the playoffs. I don't know about make a run, depending on what seed they end up with. If they end up with anything but the 8 seed, they might have a chance. You land the Spurs or the Rockets or something like that with the 7 seed. That's still that's a tough draw for any team in the West, but at least you don't get the Warriors. But anyway, this is a crazy trade in my mind. I know that there's I didn't think there was any way that DeMarcus Cousins was going to get traded. The Kings really said that they were sure that he was going to stay, or at least Vlade Divac said that he was going to stay with the Kings for a little while, and at least past the deadline, see what happened during the offseason, maybe even give him an extension. I believe he's 26 years old. Like he's still got plenty of good time left. A guy that's just going to be entering his prime now. Who knows how long he'll stay in New Orleans. I was watching ESPN a little bit earlier, made a good point. A guy from the Undefeated said that, he's from Mobile, Alabama, pretty sure that's in the TV market for Pelicans. So, you know, that's another thing to watch out for. He's obviously a lot closer to home than he was in Sacramento, and doesn't have to go too far from where he was in the All-Star break. But anyway, I think this is a crazy development. I think it's really cool. You know, I appreciate post play more than most people that like the NBA. And so the Pelicans will be fun to watch now. I mean, there's so much talent in that front court now. It's crazy. So a few other storylines to watch for as the NBA trade deadline approaches. Sadly enough, you know, I'm a big Pacers fan, and Paul George is on the trading block right now. And I know that the Pelicans inquired about Paul George, which I don't think he'll end up going. Paul George goes to the Pelicans, man. That's over. You got the best combination of a 3-4-5. I think you're a 3-4 and a 5 that you can possibly find in basketball. But anyway, you got the whole Paul George rumors. Melo, even though Melo came out and said today, I believe it might have been today or yesterday, that he wants to stay in New York, which is an interesting situation right now. A lot of drama with that, but everyone's pretty well aware of what's going on there. So you know, there's I'm trying to think. If I'm forgetting any big players that are on the trade block right now, let me know. Like I said, it's kind of slipping my mind. It's just crazy that this trade was pulled off, that it happened. Of course, it's not approved yet. We'll see what happens with that, and what happens within the final months of the regular season. But very fun storyline to follow. Good to see. You know, Jahlil Okafor just got traded like a week ago, so some good bigs moving around right now. I know that the Pelicans were thinking about Jahlil Okafor, even Greg Monroe to some degree, but you know, Jahlil Okafor is a very one-dimensional center that he's going to give you a very good offense. But he might take the ball away from Anthony Davis, I think, a little bit. DeMarcus Cousins is a very athletic, good two-way center. You know, foul troubles, obviously, anger issues, but this is a dude with 3-point range. That you know, he can facilitate, which is crazy to me. But anyway, I digress about that. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna really try to be back on here for good. I know I said that last time, but I have been crazy busy since graduation. It's kind of that point in my life right now that I kind of start getting stuff together. But I have been working, I guess that's a condescending thing to say, but working freelance full-time right now. And, you know, when I make my whole big channel update video tomorrow, I will give you guys an update on what's going on with my writing and what I plan to do with that as well. Because I think that's the route that I'm planning on taking. I've been looking at a few other routes, but enough about me. So good to be back, good to be making videos, and to get a good long video talking about some big news happening in the NBA today. Anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.